Hello friends and welcome to the Gardening School YouTube channel. The craze of kitchen gardening is increasing day by day. People are making small kitchen gardens in their balcony, terrace or in courtyard and growing their favorite vegetable. One such vegetable is tomato, which is used daily in almost every household, and it is very easy to grow in pots, containers or beds. You will not only save money by growing tomatoes at home, but these tomatoes will also be free of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. So today's video will be about growing tomatoes in containers, in which I will tell you from where to take seeds to grow tomatoes, how big should be the container, how to make potting mix, how much water should be given to the plants, and how they should be protected from diseases. Let's learn to grow tomatoes, and that too in an organic way. I have tomato seeds in front of me, a few cups of thermocol, and the potting mix is also ready. Let's start with seeds. I have Arka Rakshak hybrid variety seeds, which is disease resistant and produces a lot of tomatoes. You can also extract seeds from tomatoes bought from the market. But plants prepared with such seeds are more prone to diseases, and they also produce less tomatoes. Therefore, for best results, one should buy good quality tomato seeds from local seed stores. I am using 4-inch cups of thermocol for planting seeds. You can also use paper cups or seed trays of this size. But one thing must be kept in mind, that all of them must have a drainage hole at the bottom. Now let's talk about what the potting mix should be like for planting seeds. First of all, when we prepare potting mix for planting seeds, compost should not be used in it at all, because seeds do not require any kind of compost to germinate. The seeds can also deteriorate due to the heat of the compost. The potting mix I have prepared contains 1 part garden soil, 1 part sand and 1 part coco peat. If you do not have coco peat, then you can make potting mix by taking 1 part garden soil and 1 part sand. Let us fill 3/4 of the soil in all these cups for planting seeds. I have filled the soil in all the cups. Now let's put 2 seeds in each, so that if one seed does not germinate, then the other one will. And finally, apply a 1/2-inch layer of potting mix on all seeds. Now let's talk about how to water them after planting seeds. If you give them water from the mug, then seeds get disturbed again and again and don't germinate. If you give water with a sprayer, the seed will not get sufficient amount of moisture. Therefore, the best way to give water is to take a wide vessel like this, add some water and put all the cups inside it. Due to capillary action, the soil will absorb all the water it needs and the seeds will get sufficient moisture. After a day or two, whenever the soil moisture starts to decrease, then some water can be added to the vessel again. After 7 days, all the seeds have germinated. Sometimes the seeds germinate in just 5 days and sometimes it can take 10 to 12 days. Now these plants are very small. If we will transplant them in bigger pots now, they may die. Therefore, these plants will stay in these cups for 20 to 25 days so that they can grow a little bigger. Till then, only water is sufficient for them and no need to give any kind of fertilizer. And because tomato plants start getting diseases right from the beginning, so it is necessary to spray them organic insecticide every other day. If you have neem oil, you can mix 2 ml neem oil and 1 ml hand wash gel in 1 liter of water and spray it on the plants. Otherwise, you can mix a pinch of turmeric in 1 liter of water and spray it on the plants. After 25 days, the plants have grown about 5 to 6 inches. Now they are ready to transplant in bigger containers. I am transplanting them in a styrofoam box. The depth of this box is 15 inches, length is 18 inches and width is 12 inches. I use them because they are very lightweight. You can also use grow bags or terracotta pots. A 12-inch terracotta pot is suitable for tomato plants. The depth of the pot should be 12 inches and its diameter should also be 12 inches. Now let's talk about potting mix. For the potting mix, I have taken 40% garden soil, 30% cow dung manure, 10% coco peat and 20% river sand. You can also use vermicompost or kitchen waste compost instead of cow dung manure. Now let's plant tomato plants one by one. For good growth of tomato plants, at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight is required, so keep the container in a place where there is enough sunlight. One thing must be kept in mind that even after planting saplings in bigger containers, plants will have to be sprayed with organic insecticide at regular intervals. Otherwise, the plants will suffer with diseases and they will have very few tomatoes. Tomato plants are heavy feeders and require high amount of nutrients, so it is important that you keep fertilizing the plants at regular intervals. Plants can be fertilized once a week. Cow dung compost, vermicompost, kitchen waste compost and mustard cake can be used. They can also be made into liquid fertilizers which effect more quickly. For example, to make a liquid fertilizer of mustard cake, you can soak 100 grams of mustard cake in 10 liters of water and let it ferment. After 3 days, you can give that water to the plants. It is very important to give the right amount of water to the plants. The soil should only have moisture. If the soil will remain wet, then the roots will not get the required amount of oxygen. When the plants are 10 to 12 inches, then it is necessary to support them with bamboo sticks. Otherwise, the strong wind can cause the plants to fall. For this, you can bury small bamboo sticks in the soil near the root of the plant and then tie the stick and the stem of the plant together with a rope. Leaf curl virus is the most common disease on tomato plants, which is spread by whiteflies. In this disease, the leaves of the plants turn upwards, that is, the leaves become curly. When the whiteflies suck the sap from the tomato leaves, the virus transfers to the plant. And once this disease is spread to the plant, there is no cure for it. You will have to discard the plant because this disease can spread from one plant to another. The only way to protect your plants from this disease is to use different types of organic insecticides on weekly basis, especially on the underside of the leaves. For example, you can do 3G spray, make a paste of garlic, ginger and green chili and mix it well in 1 liter of water and then filter and spray on the plants. When the plants start bearing flowers, you should reduce the watering to 60% because flowers fall due to overwatering. When the temperature exceeds 32 degrees Celsius, pollination is not possible in tomatoes and due to this, most of the flowers also fall. When plants start bearing small fruits, they require potassium and phosphorus-rich fertilizer, which helps tomatoes to be juicy and of bigger size. Therefore, at this time, plants should be given fertilizer that contains not only nitrogen but a higher amount of potassium and phosphorus and a small amount of micronutrients. Like before, I told that to make liquid fertilizer of mustard cake, 100 grams of mustard cake can be soaked in 10 liters of water and given to the plants after 3 days. While making this liquid fertilizer, you should also mix 5 to 6 banana peels which contain a good amount of potassium and phosphorus. Pulses are rich in protein and micronutrients, so take 10 to 15 grains of 4 to 5 different pulses and grind them together. And it is also to be mixed in that solution, which will provide the required micronutrients to the plants. Many people ask the question that the tomatoes in the container are not ripening. If you want your tomatoes to ripe, then it is not necessary that they will ripe in the plant only. If you feel that the size of the tomato is optimum, then even if it is green, you can pluck it and keep it somewhere in your kitchen. After 4 to 5 days, it will automatically ripe. I had planted 15 tomato plants this time. I cannot tell the total amount of tomatoes I have harvested, but I can definitely tell that in January, February and March, we did not have to buy tomatoes from the market. So friends, today's video was about growing tomatoes in pots. I hope this video will help you and you will definitely plant some tomato plants in your house. If you have some suggestions or questions about this video, then comment. If you find this video helpful, then please like it and do not forget to share it in your gardening groups. See you in the next video. Till then, happy gardening.